Hello everyone, Merry Christmas. Michael Holman here with Curt's Clocks, the Atmos repair specialist at www.curtsclocks.com. And I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and offer for the first time this Atmos Jaeger-LeCoultre Atmos 519 with our own lapis dial, deep blue metal flake lapis blue dial for sale. And the way we're going to do this is not an auction. It's just the first person to contact me will buy the clock, and it's yours. And we're asking $1,500 for the clock, and that includes shipping and handling within the United States. And honestly, I'd prefer to just sell this clock within the United States for our first one, to do it that way. But anyway, what we have here is a Jaeger-LeCoultre Atmos 519. The serial number is 41,863. The date of manufacture was February 21st, 1952. So this February, this clock turns 65 years old. And the dial has been redone with our signature deep blue metal flake lapis dial. And it does come with the insignias. Both of them are on the dial, and you're getting some reflection. And the dial has metal flake in it. So what that does is it offers you many different shades of blue. Now you see here it looks very dark. Well, if the light was better, for instance, if sunlight was shining onto that dial, you would be getting a much lighter color blue. And I'll try to simulate that here. If I cannot, you'll just have to take my word. There are some there you can see it a little better. You see how much lighter that is? Those metal flakes catch light and they reflect, and it looks a lot lighter. Also, please take a look on the website, curtsclocks.com, and then go to Atmos Clocks for Sale. There are some still photos too of this clock, and those may give you a better idea of the dial in different shades. I try to experiment with my still photos. So here you're going to see the dial looking almost black, but it is not. And if I get up close, I can prove it to you. And the idea with that deep blue is that it matches the blued steel screws. The movement screws there, you see how they are also actually blue. They aren't black. They're blued steel. And blued steel is the hardest chemical state of steel, and it's done through a heat process. But anyway, we don't need to get into the details of that. The dial is meant to accent that deep blue, and that was our idea. We take 519 dials in this case where they have oxidization or look like crud, and we turn them into beautiful blue, deep blue metal flake dials. And they go well with the clock. But I thought that this would be a very creative and clever way for us to sell Atmos clocks. Again, this one is $14.99, shipping, insurance, and everything included. And the first person to contact me, it's your clock. And the moment I have payment, or payment clears, it's coming to you. 2-day priority mail. So if you're worried about getting it for Christmas, I'd act now. We can get it there. And you can see Rudolph here. He might even help get it to your house if you're lucky. Don't count on it. He's getting lazy in his old age. Anyway, for a 65-year-old clock, you can see that it does have a magnificent case. And there is some wear. You know, I cannot lie and say that this is mint condition brand new, because it just isn't possible. It's a 65-year-old clock. But this is the original case. I haven't done my magic and restored any features of this case. You know, if you look on the website, you can see other examples of my work in that department. However, this clock is completely original. You do see that there is some case wear, there is some scratches, there is whatever. Honestly, it's nothing. This clock is a beautiful clock. And for 65 years, hey, when I'm 65, if I'm in this good a shape, it'll be a miracle. Let me tell you what. You see, we do have the clock running here, and the balance is moving. Just to give you an idea that it really is what I say, because selling them with still photos, it only shows you so much. And I know from experience that when you buy one, you open it up and you see it in the box. Sometimes eBay sellers don't quite mention certain things that they left out. And this way you can get a good glimpse of all angles here. You can see that it's running. You can hear my voice and hear that I'm an upstanding young man and I mean to do well. I know you can also read my reviews and you can check out my website and look at all the other work that I've done for an idea of that as well, because this whole deal didn't just start yesterday, to be honest with you. We aren't fresh off the turnip truck, as they say. By the way, the only thing for sale is this Atmos clock in the video. You know, you see some other materials that I have going on my workbench here. They are not for sale, just to clarify, so there isn't any misconceptions or misunderstandings. We hate those. So I'm doing this here for a little bit better lighting. I'm still experimenting with that part of the situation. Anyway, the clock is here for sale, $14.99. And that includes shipping within the United States only, please. This is a high-class Christmas present, and this present will outlast all other gifts. I guarantee it. And you want to know how I know it will outlast all the other gifts? Because it's already lasted for 65 years. And of course, we've serviced it. We've gone over it, clean oil bellow test. We've had it running here for quite a few months, you know, watching, regulating, making sure everything's good. It's going to be a solid clock for you. And you know, with our services and our support and the insurance and everything, you can see that our materials and our reach with Curt's Clocks has grown. You can check us out. You can look at our other videos. We include support. I'll answer my cell phone. You want to call me and ask me a question about your Atmos clock? Sometimes I'm busy, I don't get to you, but I will get back to you. You email me, whatever. Email me, and we want to make sure this clock's going to work. I guarantee it for 1 year with service guarantee. But if something happens within you know, any time period outside of 1 year, you're going to get a reduced rate on your service. And usually what I've done is knocked off $100, and I start at $350, and I knock it down to $250 for you. But that's typically how I've done it, as the reduced rate. Whatever the situation may be, it might be different scenario. No, I can't include my guarantee to include something if it's been damaged. You know, if you had your kids over and they're playing baseball in the house and baseball's gone through the clock, I can't guarantee that. So I'm sure you'll understand the way that goes. But again, here's our clock. I just want to give you some good views here, let you see what's going on with our beautiful Jaeger-LeCoultre Atmos 519, 41,863. It was put together in February 21, 1952. So this February, we're turning 65 with this clock. And, you know, we prefer a check made out to Curt's Clocks or Michael Holman, but, you know, Curt's Clocks would be better. But we will accept credit card. If you'd like to pay with credit card, I understand that $1,500 cash is getting up there for a lot of us. So if you want to use credit card and also have the other safeguards that using credit card offers, well, we can do that through PayPal. And we'll do it through PayPal. And unfortunately, if you want to pay with a card, I do have to add an extra 4%. And that's for the transaction fee, and that's so that I can still get paid my amount, you know, and cover the amount that I want for this clock that I'm asking for our beautiful lapis clock. And if you watch my other videos, if you look on the website, if you look at high class home decor or what is an Atmos clock, you'll know that this clock is a high class home decoration. It's a high class Christmas gift. You put this in your office, your business, your dining room, your living room, any place you want to entertain guests or have them over, or contract anyone's services, or they're planning to contract your services, they are going to notice this exquisite clock. You want to have it at eye level. You know, that's the home decor. The home decor regulations require that you put this clock at eye level, just like you would put your Picasso painting, just like you would put whatever you have. It has to be at eye level so that people can clearly see it and can clearly be amazed when they do see it. So that's what we got going here. Email me, call me, get a hold of me, and this clock is yours. The moment I receive payment, it will ship, priority mail, 2-day, insured, signature required. I have all kinds of other support features included on my website, as well as our YouTube channel here at Curt's Clocks, the Atmos Repair Specialist. It's a very, very elegant timekeeping instrument, and if you don't know, these clocks, they power on temperature change. They don't chime, they're silent, and that balance wheel just keeps on rolling, baby, right down at the bottom, and it's very tranquilizing and very mesmerizing, and something that everybody should have in their homes. Plain and simple. I'm just going to come straight out with it. Every person should have one of these in their homes, and I realize they didn't make enough of them for that to happen, but once we get started, they will be making enough of them for that to happen. So, back to my dial. I'll give you guys another look here at the dial. I'm going to lift the lid off of it so that you can see it a little bit better. If you give me one moment, figure out how we're going to do that. I always handle my clocks with gloves on, and that goes for the clocks that I service that belong to my friends when they send them over, and I get them running again for them. I don't want to clean the glass all up and get everything nice and shiny and then go and put my oily fingerprints all over them. That wouldn't be too smart. So I avoid doing that, and you should too, because there's oil in your fingers, and I've seen clocks that I've serviced where people's fingerprints are etched into the brass permanently. The oil sitting on there for a time period, it eventually will eat your fingerprint into the brass of the clock. And you don't want me having your fingerprints. I'm just joshing. But really, when I do the clock, you don't want me seeing your fingerprints on it. I don't want to see your fingerprints on it. Wear rubber gloves, Atmos repair guys or clock repair guys. Wear rubber gloves, please. We're going to get this lid off for you, and then that's going to be it. But again, this could be yours. It could be your loved one's Christmas gift at $14.99, shipping including. That it's a 1-year guarantee. It's going to run for you. It's exquisite. These dials are limited amount. I haven't done a whole lot of them. You know, they're probably less than a handful of them out there. So you want a very unique clock with a unique dial, the deep blue metal flake lapis dial. And that's an imitation off of original Jaeger-LeCoultre dial that they did was lapis lazuli, and I'm sure you've seen those, but we have the deep blue metal flake lapis, and we've restored and brought back to life old dials that have been hurt badly over time. So we'll get this lid off and we'll get you back going. Just letting you know that it's out there. This beautiful clock is a great Christmas present. You get this for somebody special. Maybe even you get it for yourself. You put it as a tax write-off when you have it in your office sitting on the shelf there as business support, because if I go into your office for an interview and I see you have an Atmos clock, boy, am I going to be impressed. Plain and simple. That's just how it's done. Most people know that are already into the big times and the big leagues, but if you're still working your way in, I understand, and you'll have the inside technique sooner than you know. So come on, Rudolph, help me hold up that camera for a second. Okay, good man. Rudolph, I tell you, man, Rudolph, he's got his own plan sometimes. All right, now we got her off. So here she is, you know, lid off. Give you a good look of the drum and drum cover, and we'll go all the way around here. And there is a little wear, you know. It is what it is. It's a 65-year-old clock, and it's in original shape. I didn't go and do my magic with the case. I just wanted to leave this one original. It's in good enough shape to leave with the original finish on it, and I want it to stay that way. So here's our insignia underneath here, and the other Swiss under that one, and the beautiful dial, and it's just a solid, dominant clock. You can't beat it. Top of the line. For sale. Christmas gift. 2016. You will go down in history along with Rudolph. Thanks again for listening. Michael Holman, Curt's Clocks, the Atmos repair specialist at www.curtsclocks.com. I'll put a link below with the page where you can go look at some still photos of this clock for sale. And we'll be talking to you soon. Take care. Merry Christmas.